Got my little fuzzy nipple here, just for you, my drinking buddy. What's going on, bud? We're here again. This is the third and final episode that I'm filming today. I got to get all of the episodes out at once. Once again, I'm sitting at the side because that's prettier to look at than this, unless you are a individual who is attracted to aging Vikings with a man bun, bandana, and a little bit of facial hair. Not to mention a little bit of curly cues out in this little area right here. My name is AJ. I'm the friendly hermit, and we got our official, unofficial palate cleanser of the channel. We got our PBR going. And we're about to review a beer that I've been aware of for a while. I'm sure I've had it before, but it's one of those, it's one of those situations where, it's been so long since I've drank one that for all sakes and purposes, this is it's the first time I've ever had it. I've never sat down and actually reviewed it or thought about it. But yeah, so cheers. If you got a beverage, doesn't have to be beer, doesn't have to be anything, coffee, tea, water, whatever you're drinking. We got to get outside, man. And this is one of my favorite places on the entire planet. I've talked about that a couple of times now. We're not going to get into too many details. But what I will say is that I filmed here before, last year, around the time I was made homeless. I kind of brought my camera out here as a form of, what do you say, trying to kind of find myself once again, right? Trying to, despite everything that had happened, despite the trajectory of my life, at my age, and with my schooling and everything, and the lack of opportunity. Again, not trying to get political, just being honest. This place in particular is one that is a little bittersweet for me now. But I've filmed here before. I've taken photographs of some of the wildlife here. And it's home to me. This is home to me. So every video thus far, minus, the ones that were here, but the videos before I was here, every day, and not just in terms of putting out videos and whatever, I'm saying my day-to-day life, not being in this space, and not even here necessarily so much as the city and the neighborhood, because I grew up in this neighborhood. My 20s, I think we've talked about it a little bit. So I lived in this area for about 20 years. This used to be my backyard, more or less. It was a short hike to get here. In fact, really just a good way to get some exercise, to, go for a hike for 20 minutes or something to get here. My spirit is lacking this home. Not literally this space necessarily, but the feeling of home that I associate with this space, right? Does that make sense? Like, getting outside is one thing, but I'm in the university area, which is slap dab in the middle of. We got some neighbors honking in the background. I'm now in like uptown, downtown core, right? I'm at the university, so it's very much a city, and they didn't even try. It makes me upset that they didn't even try to make like nature a common or easily accessible space. And shame on the universities for that. Waterloo, there's two universities and a college very much in the same vicinity, and Waterloo University, um, they did a much better job. Laurier, the school that I attend, I don't know if they had the ability to, but they didn't seem to. They like if you go to campus, it's just stone. It's just concrete. It's just like they don't got a lot of trees on campus. Like that's upsetting, man. I don't know why. You think someone would have considered, you know, nature, being that it's supposed to be this left-leaning haven for free-thinking individuals and intellectuals and this and that. We care so much about climate and the environment and this and that. Where's the environment? What did you guys do? Ah, I don't know. I don't know. I miss this space, man. I used to be able to walk here so easy. It was like an hour, just a bus here, and then I had to walk another 15, 20 minutes to get here, which isn't crazy, but it's not ideal. I just miss, and I need nature. I need outdoors, like real outdoors, not just going outside. And I will sacrifice just to go outside. I will do that, but I don't feel comfortable unless I'm here. A place like this. There's not a lot of places like this left in the city, man. We used to have forests all over the place, even if they were just small ones. Like some of the episodes that I've filmed, like the previous episodes we've filmed, they're in forests that are in the city, right near kind of the university, and they're not actual, like, they're not conservation areas. They're not naturists to a degree. Like, you see the trees in my shots, but I've positioned the camera very specifically so that you, the viewer, my drinking buddy, like you have at least the best view I could find of nature. But yeah, there's still trails, people, community centers, apartment buildings. I've pointed them out before. Like where as a mammal, as a person existing in the world today, if you're in a city, a major city, like where are we meant to go to reconnect with our roots? Sucks for the like people like me, don't have a lot of money, don't have a vehicle, don't have a lot of resources. Like how are we meant to like, oh, just drive to? No, I can't afford an Uber, I can't. And even if I could, what is like an Uber like? You're gonna make me Uber $50 to go to like a campsite that's technically a 20 to 30-minute drive away? Like, no, that's insane. That might even be like it's probably like a $50 or $60 Uber. Like, what are you talking about? There's no buses that run outside of the city, right? So we're being disingenuous. Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame. A lot of the places that I grew up, they used to have little forests like the places we filmed before in previous episodes. They're all getting cut down and they're tossing up apartment buildings that are way too expensive that no one can afford, but they're forced to afford. Like you don't have a choice. You're just not allowed to enjoy your life. You just, every dollar you earn from your job that doesn't pay you well enough. I burped. Like those apartments, they're luxury condos. Oh, yeah. I'd rather a dump. Give me 1,000 dumps. All the people that I know would prefer affordability to luxury. It's just not fair, man. It's not fair. It's not fair to anyone or anything. The fact that this place still exists is a miracle. Because, like, all surrounding it, you can't see, but right over there is this is the industrial area. Like, there's a series of factories that, the factory, warehouse. This whole area. It looks beautiful, what you're seeing. Again, I pointed the camera in a specific direction just for you, my drinking buddy. But yeah, feeling a little nostalgic today, feeling a little just wistful, I guess. Just feeling like my number one spot in the world, if I could go back, if I could ever afford it. It's in, if you're in Ontario, if you're in southern Ontario, or even like headed toward the, Algonquin, Quebec, like that stretch of land north of Peterborough. It's all cottage country, baby. It's lakes, it's forests, it's dense, right? Small towns in between, and that's about it, right? Say, oh, go move to one of those spots if that's where you want to live. You don't understand. And if you don't understand the basic, like, well, it's expensive to live in the city, but it's not much cheaper to live anywhere else. And then travel to get anywhere, if you don't have a vehicle, how am I supposed to live out in the country? Get a bicycle. Okay, so I'm gonna bike 20 kilometers to work every day. Like, come on, guys, give me a break. Lots of people do it. A lot of people do it. No. No. A lot of people don't. Some people might, and I'm sure they wouldn't prefer to. Like, it's Canadian winter, like 8 months of the year. What are you talking about? How are you supposed to get around? I would say our palate is successfully cleansed, and it's time for the beer review of the day. You probably already know what it is based on the video you have clicked on, the title of the video. This is a beer that I have experienced before, but I don't know anything about it. It's might as well be the first time I've ever had one. This is, and I'm butchering the pronunciation here, Löwenbräu. Wrap your tongue around that and let me know in the comments, because I have no idea how to read that. It is apparently a German-style beer. We have a kind of lion, like crest type of image, surrounded by a gold bar. Of course, the can, as you can see, is this kind of light blue, this teal sky blue sort of color with golden stripes, kind of circumventing the can as well at the top and bottom. This is a 470 milliliter, 5.2% alcohol per volume beverage. And that's really it. Says contains barley. It has the standard don't drink and drive, don't drink while pregnant. Löwenbräu AG, brewed under license by Labatt Brewing Company. Okay, so we got another Labatt. Interesting. But aside from that, it's a lot of French. Edmonton, Montreal, London, Creston, like Halifax, St. John's, Canada. And that's really about it. That's the entirety of this can. So not a lot of information. But yeah, I remember it being a lot frothier than not. So let's get a Jacob Jones style thumbnail before we continue. We'll awkwardly let our jaw hang open slightly while we look into the camera. Always makes me laugh. I can't not laugh at. Why is he not smiling? Why is this kid just slightly? But it's not like its jaw's not hanging low. It's just like slightly open. Like I forgot how to breathe out of my mouth, out of my nose. That's it. That's our Jacob Jones style thumbnail. All right, folks. It's ice cold. Thankfully, I brought my cooler today. Got some ice. Or made some ice. I prepared some ice, rather. So here we go. This is, we're going to pronounce it Löwenbräu. Feel free to correct me in the comments on how to pronounce that. But this is Löwenbräu. 5.2% German style beer. Sound of heaven. Love that. Love that. Very crisp opening. That was a nice open. And zero foam, really. Like, I don't know if you can see. Very liquid. Very much a golden liquid right out the gate. It's a little more flavor scent-wise than our previous Busch Light. There's certainly a hopsy flavor, scent, but it's light. Yeah, in terms of froth, in terms of body, looks like it's going to be around like larger than not carbonation, but perhaps, yeah, lighter taste. I don't know. We'll find out. Cheers, Dinker and Sinker. Let's see. How is Löwenbräu original? All right. Yeah. All right. Yeah. 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 That's the full review. Yeah. Yeah. That's all you need to know about it. So go ahead and buy a beer. No, just kidding. Let's give it a little more thought here. Yeah, you know, it's a little bitter. There's more bitter. It's bitterer. I hate saying that, if that's even a word. It's more bitter than sweet. Yeah, definitely bitter. So, up my alley. More flavor by, a decent margin than the Busch. Certainly more than Pabst. Larger carbonation. The bubbles are a little more prevalent. There's more, again, I've said it before. We need to come up with a word for this. Maybe there is a word, but I'm not aware of it. But like when I think of spicy food, I think of habanero and like jalapeno. I burped. It's not spicy, but when we're talking about carbonation, the bubbles are prevalent and there's a little kick to it. Do you know what I mean? So that is here, but it's not crazy. I just had like an overtone of like cream a little bit, honestly. Yeah, it's not frothy, but there was almost like a cream flavor there for just a second. So it's not bad in any means. Totally sippable for a 5.2. Like maybe the Turborg. What was it called again? Tuborg. Tuborg might have been a little more drinkable as a 5.5, which is wild to say. This is a little less drinkable as a 5.2. It's not bad. It's not bad. But I'm not jumping out of my seat to tell the world about it. I'm not gonna. If I found this on the shelf amongst other things that I enjoy more, I would never tell someone this is the beer you have to buy right now. And I'll say this: it's at least what it has going for it in terms of price. This was another one of them like low $2 beers. It was on sale, so maybe it's up to $3 or something in some places in my local area. But overall, particularly while it's on sale, it's fine if you want a little more flavor, if you like bitter, if you like a little sharpness in the carbonation. Um, my Pabst experience is like Pabst in my mind is like, again, it's the 10. It's the perfect sipper slash like it's not too light, it's not too it's got flavor, but it's not too much. Like if it's a sunny day, it's a refreshing beverage. Just Pabst in terms of like overall drinking experience is the 10 out of 10. This 6.5. It's not bad. It's certainly better than James Reddy, but it's in the same vein. It's like a 6 to a 6.5. It's in that range. It's not awful. It's a little too bitter for me. The hops are coming through, but in a way that's like the bitterness is forward, but the flavor is behind it. Does that make sense? That's a strange way to describe it, but I feel like that's accurate. Yeah, it's not until after, if I'm licking my lips that licking my gums and my teeth, that I get the hops flavor, but the bitterness is there as you're drinking. So yeah, it's totally easy sipping beverage. It's passable. It's a passable beer. Like if this is what you had, I wouldn't have an issue. You could sip on this. You have this with like you could pair it with barbecue. You're having I don't know, what would it be good with? Mm, I know this is sounding we're, we're going worse and worse as I describe it, but I don't know if I would want to drink this with barbecue foods because I feel like this would give me heartburn um, with like a fatty burger or like a sausage or like it's German, so I want to say maybe it goes good with like a nice sausage, like an Oktoberfest sausage. But I also wonder if I was drinking this and eating those heavy sitting foods, this might give me indigestion. Like the combination would give me indigestion, maybe. So again, it's not a bad beer. Don't take my critique as like you know like I said, if this were on the shelf with other things, I'm not going to recommend this over other things. But if this is what you had, I burped. If this is what you had, you're doing fine. It's fine. That's it. Like it's fine. It's a 6 ish. it's in that range, and I kind of knew that coming in, if I'm being honest, because like I said, I remember having this before. I will say I thought it was thicker, so now that I'm reviewing it officially, I can say it's not. It's a sipper. It is a sipper. You could sip on this, but the bitterness, not the flavor of the hops, not the flavor of the beer, the bitterness is forward, which is a little strange to me. Like, as a sipper, that's not something that is ideal. You know what I mean? Like, you want either a nice flavor, or you want something that pairs well with whatever you're like, we're talking about the barbecue. You want something that pairs with the foods that you're preparing, right? I can't picture this pairing with that. And like, someone might say like a schnitzel, or like, being a German beer, I'm trying to think of like German things that um, I've enjoyed before. And let me just say, Kitchener is a German city. Like, I grew up in a German city, so I'm very, like, we have one of the largest Oktoberfest events in all of the world. I think I could be wrong, but it's big in Kitchener. And if this is what they were serving with the schnitzel or the sausage or whatever, this might hurt my tummy as an old man, you know. But yeah, there it is. Well, we'll say it's a solid 6. It's fine. It's a passable. It's like I said, like, the very first thing I did was, yeah, yeah, it's, yeah, that's what it is. That's Löwenbräu. Like, the most accurate, review is this. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not bad. It's not great. It's just, you could do worse. You could do better. That's all it is. Dinker. Let's take a sipper. It's good. It's been good hanging out, bud. And thanks for being here with me for 3 episodes in a row. We will see you all in the next one. Do I have a thing? No, I don't have a thing. I was going to press a button, but I don't have a button yet. Dinker and drinker. Love you guys. I love you. You're my drinking buddy. I needed a drinking buddy, and you're the new person. I love you. Goodbye.